What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Ozark Living. Today is our two-part series, the second part to pros and cons of living in Osage Beach. Today we get to talk about the cons of living in Osage Beach. Let's check it out. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome, and do me a favor, hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell, because every Tuesday and Thursday I'm dropping a new video telling you everything you need to know about moving to or living in Lake of the Ozarks. We are also a group of licensed lenders and agents, so as much as I love making these videos, I would love even more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So that number popping up below, I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the email. So if there's something that I can help you with or a question that I could answer, I would love to do so. Till then, we're going to be talking about the cons of living in Osage Beach. So first off, let's figure out where we are. We pull up a map of the United States. We zoom into Missouri. You have Kansas City right here. You have St. Louis here. You go to the middle and down a little bit, and that's where you're going to find Lake of the Ozarks. Also, when you scroll out and you get an aerial view of the lake, you're going to realize it looks like an ancient Chinese dragon. And so with that, when you look at where Osage Beach is in correlation to the dragon, you're going to be in the belly area of the dragon. And so as you're in the belly area of the dragon, we talked last week about the pros of Osage Beach. You know, some of the pros could be potentially some of the cons. And so those are things for you and your family to kind of figure out as you navigate the move down here, or a second home down here, or an investment down here. What ultimately is it that you're looking for? And so, you know, Osage is going to be the heart of the lake. And so you're going to have the convenience factor of all of the shops and restaurants and hospitals and all of those things. But with all of that comes potentially the con of Osage Beach, which is that's where the majority of everybody is. So if you're traveling down or moving down or thinking of coming down, right, you don't want to be around the heart of it. You don't want to be around the congestion of people, and you want peace and serenity and you want quietness, then you might not want to be in Osage Beach, where the majority of everybody is going to come. So it's a high touristy, high trafficked area. Even though there's convenience of getting around, during high times and high seasons, you might have a hard time getting around because the traffic could be so bad. And so, you know, we talked about the pros of being around and close to certain things, but again, that could also be the con. Just like any touristy area, you're gonna run into tourists, and you know, the lake in general likes to have a lot of fun. And so people are coming down here to genuinely have a lot of fun. And there's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of bars, there's also a lot of shenanigans that can come along with it. So if you got a young family, like I got a couple of kiddos that are 2 and 4, you know, you might not want to subject them to that type of stuff early on in their childhood. Like, I get what they're gonna do in college and beyond. I like to not think about it quite yet, but you're gonna run into that type of environment. Kids coming down, college students coming down, folks coming down that wanna have a lot of fun. That's where the heart of everything is. And so as that could be a pro, it could also be a con, and that just depends on you and what you're looking to accomplish when you either make the move or travel down or, you know, purchase that next property. And so again, some of the cons, some of the stigma of being down in a high trafficked area like that, or a populated area, or a high touristy area, is you're going to run into some traffic. You're going to run into some shenanigans and some folks doing some things. Like, you're going to run into a little bit more congestion of people. And again, if you're looking for, you know, the opposite of that, or you want a little bit of a different environment, then we got to explore a different part of the lake. So, you know, what could be a pro for some could be a con for others. And that's ultimately just a stone you have to turn over to figure out, hey, which one of these is the best fit for me. All right. And so with some of those cons of being a higher trafficked area when you're on land driving around, you're probably going to have that same thing when you're out on the waterway. So, you know, again, the majority are coming down because they want to enjoy the lake. They want to get out on the water and do whatever it is that looks like for you. And so, you know, if you're in a high dense area or a very populated area on land, then you got to assume that that's going to be the same thing on the water. And so if you're trying to get out on the water and you have a tiny little dinghy or you have something that can't handle a little bit of chop, you're probably not looking in the right spot, because this is going to be a higher trafficked area. Now, we have folks that are traveling in and moving here that have large boats, right? 50, 60, 70 foot type boats that are built to cruise. They're built for those types of waves, but they also push that type of wake too. And so as you start to explore different parts of the lake, you'll realize once you get out on the water that this is going to be a high trafficked waterway as well. And for me and my family, we like to surf, we like to ski, we like to board, we like to do things which require a little bit more of a calmer type water. And so we are further down the Dragon. We're way towards the feet and the tail of it, and that's because that's conducive to what we want. But when we talk to others and they're moving here, they want to be in the heart, they want to be around the scene, and they have the equipment to do it. So some of the pros for some could potentially be a con for another. And if you don't have a large boat to explore that, and you want to get out on the water and you want to do some paddle boarding or something in Osage Beach, you're going to have to be really careful on where you do that. However, that's just out on the main waterways. That's out on the big channel waterway. That's where you're going to see the boats that can actually get up to speed. Once you get into the fingers and all the little, nooks and crannies and all the channels off of the main lake, you do have opportunity to swim and float and canoe and kayak and paddleboard. It is going to be calmer because they suppress the speed. It's a no wake type zone. So you can get in there. You got to explore that a little bit. We can help you navigate that and get you out on the water and show you these types of things. But if you're out on that main body of water, again, some of the cons with getting out there, if you're trying to ski and you're trying to surf and you're trying to board, like, that's going to be choppy water. It won't be very conducive for what you're looking to do. And if you are trying to do those things, you clearly can't do it inside the no wake zone, right? You're going to get in trouble, you're going to go to jail, then we got problems, and that's not cool either. So those are things that we got to uncover. Again, pros for some could be cons for others, and it just depends on what you're looking for and what you need out of being around Osage Beach. So the cons of Osage are, again, maybe a little bit subjective to what it is that you're looking for. And, depending on what that looks like and what your needs are, those are the things that we have to start to explore and uncover. Again, moving down here and wanting to be in the heart of stuff and wanting to be, close to all of the amenities, wanting to have the waterways and the trafficked waterways because you have the boat and you have the equipment for it. Those are all pros. Those are all positive things. Those are all the reasons why you want to move here. Again, some of the cons are going to be the same thing, right? Hey, I'm not looking to be in the heart of stuff. I'm not looking for, the congestion. I don't have the equipment to get out on the water to kind of do those things. And then the last kind of part to some of the cons could potentially be the cost of living. And, we got to explore that and talk that over, and what is your budget and what are you looking for? And, ultimately, Osage is going to have some really nice homes, but the price point could be a little bit out of your comfort range. And so, those are things that we can easily help you do. Sit down, do some pencil and paper math on, hey, what is the purpose of this home? Is this our, single family home, lakefront, where we're bringing our family and we're moving there permanently and full time? And like, cool, we have a budget of $1 million. All right, let's start to explore different areas. Or, hey, we're maybe looking for, a second home, a family home, a vacation home, a generational home that we can pass on. But we don't necessarily want it to be in the heart and the busyness. We also have to manage to our budget and understand what we can afford. And, hey, we're looking at a budget closer to, $350 or $450. We might want to step away from the congestion, find different parts of the water, which, can still be conducive to what you and your family are looking for, because there's plenty of those opportunities. And hey, we're not actually looking for a single family home. Maybe you're looking for a condo, which has less maintenance. So there's a lot of those things to kind of uncover of, number one, what is the purpose and what are we looking for when we come down here? Are we moving here permanently? Is this a second home, a vacation home? Are we looking for investment properties? Do we want single family homes that are directly on the water? Do we want condos that are less maintenance where we can, do short-term rentals, but we want to bring the family? We can just plug and play. We don't have to do a lot of maintenance and certain things. So, some of the pros to Osage is that's where the heart is, and that's where you're going to find the majority of things. That's where the convenience factor comes into play. If you are looking for short-term rentals, possibly a really good opportunity for short-term rentals, but also if you're maybe permanently looking to move here and you don't want to be in that high trafficked, high condensed, busy waterways type environment, then we're going to want to explore other parts of the water and be mindful of what your budget is and what you're looking for, right? So, hey, 375 is my max. Cool. Hey, 750. Hey, I can go up to 2 million. Whatever that number looks like, we'll be able to pinpoint and find the right parts of the lake that are going to be conducive to what you need and want. And so those are things that you got to uncover. Those are the stones that you got to turn, and those are the things that we can help you out. And so, having conversations, doing some pencil and paper math from a lending perspective, cool, super easy. Once you have all that dialed in, then you can start to look at the lake and figure out what are the best places for you to visit, for you to explore, for you to check out. And so you start to weigh those pros and cons. We can obviously easily help you to do that because remember, we are licensed lenders and agents. So I'll end it with, we love making these videos. But as much as I love making the video, I would love more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So one more time, that number popping up below. I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. So if there's a scenario I can help you with or a question that I can answer, I would love to do so. Till then, enjoy your week. We'll see you next time. Bye.